Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is SKTV coming to you live from Phoenix, Arizona. My name is Sekou Kenneth. I want to say thank you to all of you for joining us on this Monday, the 2nd of September, 2023. I want to say thank you to all of you for joining SKTV. It's good to be here. I want to encourage all of you to share the show, and I will um, while we await our colleagues to come on, I want to encourage all of you to share the show. Today is open mic, and you know what that is. When it is open mic, it is everything considered, everything is on the table, nothing is off limit. As long as we remote in the confines of this platform, which is issues, nothing more or less. The platform is an issue-driven platform, so we encourage each and every one of you to share the show so we can get this thing started as soon as possible. I want to take this time to welcome all of you. If you want to say, you want us to recognize you, say something, say hi to us, right? Say anything, so we'll recognize you. Tell us where you are following us from, where you are following us from. That will help us to identify you and recognize you. On that note, let me connect my colleague, Johnson Mabon Kula, as soon as possible. Uh, Mabon,
Yep.
good good evening to you and the Liberian people. How you doing?
Wonderful. We are doing good. Good evening. Also, let me say good morning to you and good afternoon and good evening to all of our people that are following us via the internet. And I don't know which part of the world you are. And I know whether maybe it's in the evening time, afternoon, or morning time. Let me say hi to all of you. Indeed, Sekou, we are doing great. And how are you?
I'm doing great. I am doing great. As a matter of fact, it's a holiday here. It's a Labor Day. It's a Labor Day here in the United States. So not too much going on today from many angles, but some people still work. Those of you who are at work, or those of you who are at home, or people traveling, we want to say happy Labor Day to all of you. If you live in the United States, but if you live outside of the United States, Monday is the beginning of working days in and around the world, except for other area, like say from some Islamic or Arab countries, their own Sunday is Friday. I mean, so they start their actual work on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday is their Sunday. So if you are in one of those countries, we still welcome you, to SKTV. And if you are anywhere where Monday is the beginning of your week, or working week, we want to say welcome to SKTV. Everything is under consideration, so to speak. A lot going on in and out of Liberia. And I think SKTV has some information about what is going on in Indonesia. Matter of fact, we got some information that is unconfirmed, but we have some information that are 100% confirmed as well. So SKTV will be, feeding you with some information as it relates to our president and the traveling. So it's good to be here. It's good to be back. I want to encourage each and every one of you to share the show so we can get this conversation started as soon as possible. Without any further ado, Johnson Mabonkola, what is going on in Liberia? What are things making news or trending in our country as we speak?
So again, let me join you also to say happy Labor Day to the good people of the United States. Mind you, this morning,
Thank you.
the U.S. Embassy near Monrovia posted on their official Facebook page in observance of Labor Day in the United States. The U.S. Embassy maneuver will be closed on today, resuming regular operations on tomorrow. So that was a notice that was sent out this morning to all Liberians that indeed today is Labor Day in the United States of America. So again, thank you for that. And I mean, which all of you look, these are kind of days we like to celebrate because when your labor is yielding fruit, then you celebrate. But so that move. So again, yes, indeed, so many things happening in Liberia as we speak, but the major one uh, having to do with the salaries wahala coming from the LTA. Mind you, the president and his delegates, they are still out of the country. They are out on their special uh, 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 program or that they went for in Indonesia and other China. So they are still out. Maybe by the grace of God, according to the information, they will be here on Sunday as we are informed about when they'll be coming. So hopefully on Sunday, the president and his delegates will be in country on Sunday. But as we speak, they are still out of the country, making sure that they work on behalf of the Liberian people in bringing every good thing to Liberia. So again, as we go on today, starting, in fact, this information started sometime last week about LTA employees or no commissioner, right? Sorry, no commissioners. I think there are 5 commissioners at the LTA that they are allegedly receiving the sum of 15,000 USD per month, and that news break up also on one of our sister platforms, which is the School Network. And after that, there have been mixed reactions. Even as we speak, the internet is still busy with that. People are giving in their own views about that, their own disappointments about the rescue government or the rescue train, and others are saying no, that's their right, they entitled to it. So there are mixed reactions to that, but there are serious disappointments, especially when it comes among the Liberian people about salaries, especially salary disparities and so forth, because people are saying that civil servants are making 200 USD and they are still going to work within the same amount. But you have some of our government officials who are making 15,000 per month, and government gave them all of the benefits. So that on the kind of thing that they voted for, especially those from the rescue train. So far, these are some of the major happening. Apart from that, nothing much. Today is Monday, school open, and but we are here to see the kind of momentum. School today is very poor. I think I just few schools, well, orientation stay ongoing. So maybe on tomorrow up to next week, or maybe some parents who don't have, they got to find out maybe up to next month. So far so good. These are happening back home. Seku, as we go along any other thing, we're going to inform our people as to what's going on and what are some of the training news.
Thank you so much, Melbourne, and thank you to all of you for joining us. As you continue to join the show, we encourage you to please go ahead and share the show so others can be a part of this very important conversation. When it comes to SKTV, we don't hold back. We don't hold back information. Like we said the last time, that we will continue to follow everything uh, going on in our country and beyond. So, just in case you're interested in other news, the politics is getting juicy and getting uh, quite interesting in our country here in America. Uh, the the Democrats, have the momentum. Kamala Harris, to be specific, Kamala Harris, she is actually doing well in area that she's not expected to actually do well, especially areas where President Biden kind of, written off area that they thought they could not even venture around, areas now that are being put in play. So the politics is getting exciting, it's very much exciting in America. But in Liberia, everything is just going backward, unfortunately. So we even got some information from something happened. Like I said, I don't want to really dive into it too much. We're still investigating it. Yeah, it does similar, something similar happened somewhere that people try to cover up. We were caught and we were informed about it, but we don't just want to, dwell our information or speculate based on just a phone call. We are still waiting for some proof they can collaborate or somehow support the information that we are receiving there. However, that was on the way or right after the arrival of the people back, in Indonesia. So hopefully, when Mong, join us, we will talk more about what is happening in Indonesia. Uh, what is clear though is the Liberian government is here to update us about what is going on. I saw something that Joseph Boakai will be addressing. I don't know who he's going to be addressing. Will be meeting the president there. I don't know if that is the news, but Joseph Boakai can come to America. He can see the president in America. He can see any key policy makers or decision maker in the country. We will just come here and go meet some community organization, and some of the community organizations are not even, organizations that are actually recognized by many of the people in those states. And some individuals that are actually, no insult to some of the people, but some of them, they are not anything. They are not anybody, here in America, in their own community. They're nothing. But because they have some affiliations with the Unity Party in the Joseph Boakai government, so when they come, they are considered as Liberians in this state and that state. But yet, this is the maybe fourth or fifth trip of the president since he was elected, whether is himself or some low-key government officials going across the globe to represent our country. Liberia is yet to kind of yield anything or get anything, any fruit from the investment. We only spend money, but we're not getting anything back as a country. So the expectation is that Joseph Boakai will come out of Indonesia with some, flying colors. We don't know the extent to which they will, go, but SKTV is following everything going on there. So we welcome Monk, and then we will talk about that as well. But when it's open mic, everything is on the table. So when you call in, when the lines are open, you call in, you talk about whatever you want to talk about, whether it's politics, social, or economic. You can talk about anything you want to talk about. That's why it's called open mic. However, Brazilian Monk, welcome, sir. How you doing?
What's up, Seku? What's up, Milbon? And another day to be on SKTV. Welcome the audience from Liberia, the US, Canada, Norway, and whatsoever you find yourself from any other African country. Welcome to SKTV another day. Even though it's open mic, but we still got some trending news events happening, most especially when it comes to the president trips to Southeast Asia, Indonesia, and maybe China. I think they will be going to China after 3 days. And we had two important stories that came out in the front page Africa today again. And we need to invite the lawmaker, how they call him, Alex Noah, right, from Sano County, when we were talking about the port management system. And that story was carried again in front page Africa because we had a lengthy conversation here. And the very same thing we talk about on SKTV, that's what surfaced in the front page Africa again today when it comes to the port management. And the international community and some of our key allies, stakeholders in Liberia, are raising concern. They're seeing it like undue influence. They call it racketeering because they are certain lawmakers from the counties that are pushing this deal because they think they are eyeing 2029 and they could get a big payday. So they almost like mortgaging the Liberian people resources in the name of creating economic activity when in fact it is their personal gains that they are pushing. So we will elaborate further on that story. And I guess an update from Indonesia, but I will hold on for now until we can start the show. Then I will start officially from this end.
Yeah, so I already announced that SKTV has some information, about what's going on. If the government is not updating, the Liberian people, as always, we always
Yeah.
update our people, like we did extensively from in South
From
Korea.
South Korea.
We did extensively from South Korea, and now we are in Indonesia, and like
Yeah.
once SKTV is here, they are ready to share a lot of information with you. But you have to share the show. And in terms of supporting the platform, you have never been forthcoming lately. So sometimes, like Mon said the last time, once we conclude our meeting, our meeting, we will make a decision as to what we can do in terms of what we do here and how much time we can have on here and how consistent we're going to be coming on. But we also promise that regardless of what, we will always do our best to make sure to keep you posted, to keep you updated, to keep you informed, and to keep educating our people on issues that matter to all of us as a country. So, as I saw um, the article about, on Front Page Africa that you share with us regarding some 90 point something $1 million.
Yes. They off the it was an
Left.
audit report from the
Yeah.
it came from the GSC again,
Uh-huh.
but the Ministry of Finance Development and Planning, the Financial Intelligence, the NSA, that they exceeded their budget by $90.2 million without legislative approval in 2023. So that was under the Weale administration within a single year. Few entities they exceeded 90.2 million, and they gave some instances as to where the money went. And it gets sad for Liberia that people can just steal randomly on an industrial scale and just walk away with impunity. Like when you hear the money coming from Liberia that people steal on a regular basis, you can't even believe that such an impoverished country that lacking critical infrastructure and people will be brave to steal upward of 90 plus million or exceed their budget over the counter spending. You can't believe it. It just doesn't make sense to you. But unfortunately, that's the reality. You don't have to make sense of it, but they happen because they were highlighted in an audit report. So it cannot be a lie because there are documents and proof to that.
So if that is the case, then Samuel Toure still has a lot of a lot of questions to answer. If you can exceed the budget by 90 million
Yeah.
without legislative approval,
Approval, yeah.
that means you're just working with no oversight. And unfortunately,
They were
the
10 into the Mr. Cannon, I'm not cutting or just in case. It was actually 96.137 million, and there
Mhm.
were 10 ministries, agencies, and commissions in Liberia combined. So only 10 of them spent in excess of $96 million in total. But you can go ahead. I just wanted to reiterate that point.
Yeah. So with all of those things going on, one will argue maybe it was because the CDC was at the helm of all the, you know, all three branches of government. They control, then they control the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. Unlike the current structure of our governing system, or the combination of the three branches, you have somebody from Liberty Party held in the Senate. You have another person from the CDC held in the House of Representatives. You have somebody from the presidency in the executive, the president from Unity Party, the vice president from a different political party. So you expect some little check and balances somewhere, somehow, someone holding somebody accountable. But that doesn't seem to be the case in Liberia, regardless of who's leading. But if Liberian government can exceed their spending limit by 90 million, 90.3 million in a fiscal year, just 1 year time. That was 2023. Do we know what happened in 2022, 2021?
Yeah, 2018, 2019.
2018. We don't know. But knowing all of these things is one thing. But what do we do about it? It's quite another thing. Every day we'll come on here and provide information, educate, but yet people seem not to be learning anything. As a matter of fact, people are now outraged by the gross violations of our constitution. Nobody cares. People will start to defend their own criminals. But my question to you and Mabel, so now that we know that this happened under the Weir-led government, what do you think will come out of it?
Well, we don't know because the rescue train, like we keep saying, they are also engaged in the same activities. And just a breakdown of the numbers, even though there were 10 in total, just between when you look at the total figure, it comes down to 96.2 million. But just between the NSA, the Ministry of Finance Development and Planning, and the Financial Intelligence Agency, or however they call them, just between the three, or the NSA alone spent $56 million in a single year as our budget spending. 56 million. The Ministry of Finance Development or Planning, 28 million, and the Financial Intelligence Agency or unit, they came up with 6 million. So just between the three, that's why I gave you the 90.2. But when you include the other 7, then we take it to $96 million of budget spending. And you all know when they say, oh, budget, they're code name for corruption and stealing. That's just what it means. Because they are not approved anyway. So you're almost like giving a guy a blank slate or blank check to just write any amount he wants to write. That's just what it means in another term. Like they can just go ahead and just do what they want to do.
So, Mom, before I transition to Maple, so what is the essence of LACC? What is what is the significance of having the Anti-Corruption Commission or having the LRA if you can spend that much money without the approval of the legislature?
Yep.
And nobody talk about it.
Nobody.
So what is the essence of those agencies
It seems that they are get their name only they are toothless bulldog that will bark but they cannot bite. Because if people are not getting punished, if people are not held accountable, then why is the essence of just conducting the audit? Because you are only creating an impression, but we're not after impression. We want to see action and result. That's why I keep saying on the show, Mr. Cunning, I don't know how Labrador will arrive there, but in my view, from what I see, after 20 some more years, because it goes back to 2022, 2003, in more than a generation, the only solution for Labrador will be a trusteeship or supervised administration. Because if everything is broken, okay, you send a guy to go and audit, okay, 188 million over 6 years from the central bank, 136 million from the federal ministry over 6 years. The question is, you are naming millions, you are finding out the criminals where the money was stolen from, but what are you doing? Why is the essence? Because the average person like bro want to wake up and be like, you know what, there's some form of accountability. If you are telling me that everything is broken down in the society, from the auditing, from the GSC to the LCC, to the operations of the country, to the ports of the country, because I want the reason when we get to that second topic about the port management, I want the reason the race. So if the Liberian people will only, if the government will only generate revenue only for the government themselves to consume it and steal it, that the Liberian people are not getting their money worth, then why is the essence of having a country? Because I thought in a country, in a functioning society, the first priority is for the people, that everything goes toward the people. But you're talking about 90% of the budget is being consumed through recurring expenditure, that these guys are just stealing and paying themselves, and the average person keeps suffering the country with no exit strategy or no plan or even optimism or hope that things will get better in the future. And every day they report. So why is the essence of the audit? It's useless at this stage. 90 million. Do you know what 90 million can do? We only have 15 counties in Liberia, Mr. Cannon. If you were to get each county, whether you're building some sophisticated high school, you could spend, even if you spend $3 million per high school in all 15 counties, you will still be left with, it will come out to 75 million just in a single year. I'm not talking about over a 6-year period.
And not only that, you spend you can spend also $1 million and buy brand new sophisticated ambulances to all the counties. You can also invest that money in the clinics and referral hospitals in the country, everywhere. Everybody will be good. People will not have to worry about their pregnant, wives and daughter, putting them in harm from village to village. And when you take a sick person to the hospital in Liberia, they ask you to pay for glove. Yeah. They will not touch the sick person until you put money down. All the money going in vain. And we say we got government. When people talk, the first thing we do, we will take defensive posture and start attacking those who are speaking truth to power. And we still have a country. However, let's, we'll leave. We are opening all these, topics so that you can have an idea if you care to call in and talk about something. But like we have said, we have been very slow when it comes to raising, support for SKTV for the past 2-3 weeks. I just want to recognize a few people that did. 3 people donated to SKTV just a few minutes ago. They all say we shouldn't talk about their name, but one of the sisters sent $25 for the princess, for SKTV princess, and maybe one know who that is. Our princess right there in Liberia. This sister always, support, us, and she always, supporting the princess. And she donated $50 to SKTV and $75 to the princess. They said no name, and one of the brothers too, donated $20, and also one of the sisters that was not even too well, but she's back. She also sent $23 to SKTV. So the 3 people donated to SKTV this morning. I want to say thank you to the 3 of you. Those of you who are here to support SKTV, do not hesitate to support us. We need your support. We need your help every day and any day. It's important to us. Every penny means something to us. We know exactly what's going on, and it takes a lot, to keep the show going. Monk, so I want us to dive into this Indonesia trip. The reason is that a few days ago, SKTV received a call. So, Seku, what happened? I said, where? So, oh, did somebody fell off again? I said, where? And the person started to narrate the story to me as to what happened. I said, the oral information here is too big. I said, maybe the government or Liberia will update us as to what happened. For somebody to have fell off and rushed into hospital, and that was not announced publicly, I say, I'll have to check. So what are the place calls? The first person I called to ask, and that person is there. The person said to me, oh, who told you? I said, it happened or it didn't happen? Mama, I'll call you back. We are still finding out as to what really happened, how it happened. We don't want to just come and talk about who fell off and what happened, which hospital they went to, and whatever, what have you. But actually, the person that asked me, oh, who told you? That was somehow a confirmation to me that something happened. Okay, the person said, no, nothing happened. No, that's not true. But when you're doing, oh, Seku, who told you? I said, but that's not important. I just want to know, what happened. Man, I'll call you back. I'm still waiting for the call. But that one is something different because we learned that happened on the way. Now the program is in progress. We will update you as to what is happening, what is expected, who is benefiting what, who is to benefit what, and who is bringing home plastic bag for the for the children. In this case, the presidents, the leaders who are there to represent their country, the country, the people in their country are their children. They're expecting some things to come out of it. Every time Papa, goes out for hustle, or Papa is coming home with a plastic bag, kids can run into their hands and take the plastic bags. First of all, they can be the first to open as to what is in it. Hopefully, our owner Papa then will come with something for Liberia. Monk, take us behind the scenes as to what is going on over there.
Well, we told our people before in Indonesia, you're talking about $3.5 million, $3.5 billion that will be on the table that Indonesia is trying to extend into Africa when it comes to security, to economic, or I call it investment. We're talking about. There are a lot of things that happen in Indonesia, and there were a few countries. I always tell our people here, for some reason, there are a few countries in Africa that will always lead the charge. Rwanda is always the number one. They get a keynote speaking slot at the conference, and Ghana always follow. I don't know, for some reason, maybe they are doing something that other countries are not doing, because they are always giving preferential treatment when it comes to the investment forum and opportunity forum. And Rwanda never disappointed again. They struck a lot of deals. Some of the deals that Rwanda struck,
So hold on a second. This information that you are sharing, when I want it to be on the radio, the Truth FM is about to leave us.
Okay, yeah, we'll take a break for now.
We'll take a break on that. Let's just we'll take a break on that one. Maybe when it comes back, because the information is for everybody, for all
Yeah.
Liberians. But those in Liberia, we wanted to know more because like, a lot of people outside of Liberia, they have access to a lot of information. But people in Liberia, they are the largest audience
Audience, yeah.
and they need the information more than any of
Yes.
us. So we'll come back, we'll get, but you got to share the show. You got to share the show. So somebody asked whether the number ending with 0352 is the Zell number. Yes, that's the SKTV Zell number. It is registered as SKTV. It's also a business account for SKTV. So if this person, Eric JP Body, that person asks whether that is a Zell number. Yeah, so it's 0352, not 0362. If you see 0362 somewhere, maybe that was a mistake that we can fix later on. But yes, the Zell number is 602 620 0352. It's also enrolled as SKTV. So if you care to support SKTV through Zell, that's the SKTV number. Somebody asked, and the person name is Eric. So, Mung,
No, Mr. Kenneth gave me. You know what? Before we get back on the radio,
hmm,
I'm not into security. I have no idea or no formal training in security. But I will pick your brain on the show today before we get back on the radio,
okay.
because I really want to know the NSA. Why are their functions in Liberia and the kind of resources they consume? So this segment before Milburn gets back, I really want for you to tell our audience, because you got some knowledge, you got some experience when it comes to security issues. Okay, in a single year, I'm not talking about the actual budget. You're talking about off-budget spending. Because for me, how I understand the NSA to be, like I keep saying, I think it was Unity Party that institutionalized corruption like never before seen in the history of Liberia. If they are spending upward of $56 million in a single year, 56 million could literally transform the agriculture sector in Liberia. 56 million. And you are telling me one entity in Liberia that does not have any meaningful impact to that country, in my view, from an economic standpoint, how would they be spending $56 million off budget spending? Can you
Uh,
please elaborate, follow, and tell all the role of
yeah.
the NFA and their
Yeah.
impact in Liberia? Yes, please.
So again, without exposing the NSA as one of the major security agencies in Liberia, I had the privilege to work with most of the guys, older folks there. And speaking of the operational aspect of NSA, because we talk about money, there where the money can go, right? So this joint security team comprising the NSA, the DIS, and the NBI. I can tell you, when they say people that are hungry are people that work in those agencies, except those in the director's position. But even most of the field agents, supervisors, they're suffering. Matter of fact, the Liberian government, and this thing started under Ellen, when they want to steal money, because NSA cannot be audited for some reason, and it's not legal. For some stupid reason, NSA cannot be audited. Since NSA can be audited, when they are doing their budget, they will pour huge money, millions and millions of dollars into the NSA. And they can go back and take it. Because nobody's going to go audit the NSA. That's why directors, whether it's deputy director for operation, deputy director for administration, assistant directors, some of the fee agents, and now they have done something in we are government. They came to make some changes, just a little, changes in the NSA. But with Joseph Nyamagbaga government when they came, and I have the list, they almost, especially right after they make the former chief of staff, the director, they have made changes in pretty much all the county directors. The only one they were struggling with, they were having problem with, was the one in Grand Jide County. And guess what he did? He brought in almost 80% of people that all 80% of the county directors, the county offices of the NSA, he changed all of them from people, from his county and from his tribe. You remember I told you guys here that Prince Johnson was making a deal with a gentleman here in America to be tapped to be the NSA director while they were fighting for Cooper Crowd to be the justice minister. So NSA, the reason that NSA getting all the attention and money is because of where they can send the money, because they know that NSA can be audited. And something happened. Joseph Boaga people, they wanted to audit the NSA. And Joseph Boaga was told, oh, let audit the NSA. And somebody came from the back to them and said, hey, and you guys are government too? You don't want to make money? If you expose the NSA, if you put the NSA under the radar, if you expose NSA to auditing, you will not be able to take any money. That was the reason why Joseph Boakai, after commissioning the auditing of the NSA, went decommission it and that of the central bank. Likewise, the same way they're taking money from the NSA, that's what they used to do with the maritime and the central bank. There were people in the past government, whether for Ellen, for Weir, they were getting extra $10,000 monthly for maritime. Another person, $15,000 monthly. That's not their pay. That got nothing to do with their pay. There are a lot of people in there, in that category. They used to call them the stalwart of their party, the originator of their party. They were getting extra money besides their pay, $10,000 to $15,000 each, here and there. So that's how they are dividing or sharing the country resources. If they are in power, have the right to take in anything they want to take with no regret whatsoever and with no fear of being audited or being caught. Now, the GSA report now is showing $90 million being spent just from few branches in some agencies of government just from 1 year. So what do you expect? Mong, let me tell you something. For the report for the executive mansion security people, that was over 200 million, right?
You're talking about
The court and the how you call it? The executive mansion protect people, EPA, whatever, EPS.
Oh, the EPS, the Executive Protective Services, or whatsoever they call it yet?
EPS. On the charge law, there used to be SSS. Actually, yeah, it used to be under DOE, it used to be SSS.
SSS, yeah.
And also under charge law, it used to be SSS. Then they changed them to ATU.
ATU.
To anti-terrorist unit.
Yeah.
So pretty much, let me say this for a fact. A lot of security agencies in Liberia, they don't do anything. Nothing, absolutely. They're just taking pay. They're just there for the sake of being there. Any good government, any good president, they will come and reform all those agencies of government, especially security agencies, security apparatus that are not useful, that are adding nothing. You talk about financially, no, they're adding nothing, even security-wise, nothing whatsoever. So most of those agencies are there. There are a lot of people, in fact, they were registered. They without any proper training. Some of them were registered there. They were on payroll, but they will never vote to any of those agencies for 2 to 3 months. But they're getting paid. If you think that they were ghost names at the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs, go and check NSA. Go and check other security agencies. You'll be amused. But when it comes to security and security agencies, I gotta be very careful. Can't say everything. But for a broader, answering your question.
No, the reason I asked that question, Mr. Connor,
just to close,
okay,
why they are using NSA. And NSA is not alone. There are areas that they are using that they know there will not be a lot of attention on those areas, especially NSA cannot be audited. That is their own making. For what there's no legal banding or legal reason why NSA can be audited. Every agency of government, including the president, should be
subjected to an audit, right?
Be subjected to audit. But the reason why they're not doing it because they call it they call that the secret,
the untouchables.
Yeah, the secret court of the government, the way they can send their money and go get it. So what's happening now? Whatever amount they put in the budget, if that's not enough for them, they will dive. You remember when the guy said, even the 20 million that they move in the Geopolitical government, that these are things they can do normally. But usually, when they can do it? After when they finish putting a lot of money in the budget, when they start the spending, if the president wants money, or this minister or that minister, they want some money, you know what they can do? Because the whole budget, the physical budget of the year is approved, so they will tell them, say, okay, let's do some movement of money based on essential spending of this and the other one. We don't need much in this area, even though they are approved. But the government can always move money.
Can move money, yeah. That's what they
Money
call fiscal. That's the thing they get for they call fiscal space. That is
fiscal
fancy
space,
where they can
exactly.
move money here and
Yeah,
there.
fiscal space. So what they will do now, they will take money, cut, million here, 300,000, 500,000 here and there. Then they send them to NSA. NSA does not need anything. They're not going to do any work without money, or they're going to spend the money to do anything with it. But all they will do, they will go and take the money, use it for themselves. So NSA is used as a conduit, as a transit point for money, from the central bank to there, money from the finance ministry to there. Then the president will send the people to go get it.
The reason I asked you this question for you to elaborate further when it comes to the NSA, because you and myself live in this country, the one thing we understand, there is a superpower, right? And they got a lot of adversaries. So they put money into security, maybe whether it's about electromagnetic attack, whether it's about tapping into their network infrastructure or their electrical grids. So they work with intelligence. As a matter of fact, they got other competing interests around the world. So you can understand if a country like America will put money into intelligence, but in the country like Liberia, that is poor like that, with a lot of present issue, economic issue, pocketbook issue, you would say, okay, why would a country like Liberia, when you look at the national budget, take upward of 75, 80 million pulling in NSA? So what you are telling us in
Okay.
Let me
say, because you mentioned America, I told you say there's now a lot of things that we can talk about, right? America, the United States, directly gave money. I'm talking about the one that is covering your budget. America can give money directly towards the operation of the NSA,
yeah,
the LDEA,
yeah,
and other security agencies that I know of. I know 100% of. That those are things that they are not captured in our budget.
So in layman terms, for the old man listening in Bokonjile, the NSA now is almost like operating like a money laundering institution that our government created a purposely, legally, to steal and Liberian people. That's exactly what it means. That, and I know that the supervisor is the president, so it means I know other people will get their competing share from the NSA budget, but it means that the president retirement package. If you want to steal and become wealthy, so that's where they will shift money. Because it's a kind of, like I said, if you look at 1 year, I'm talking about within 12 months, from January to December, if you can spend upward of 56 million, I'm not talking about within your budget, I'm talking about outside of the budget. So you're telling me there's one entity, it's just there to steal tens of millions of dollars with the advice, the consent, and the blessing of the president. So legally, we have an institution in government that was set up just to steal. So it's a money laundering organization or institution. That's just exactly where it is. Because when you have poor health care, when you're lacking money can you imagine Mr. Cannon will pass a budget of 721 million and they want to call public investment spending? Those guys will put only 9 million or 10 million out of there. And you are telling me the NSA can spend more than 56 million, one security entity in the country, and that doing nothing but security or intelligence? Because I don't know what kind of intelligence Liberia need.
And then the regular employee monk, they barely get money.
Get that pay. Wow.
The regular employees. This money that you're hearing right now, the people, they can just hear it. And it is between the director, the deputy director for operation, deputy director for administration. You know the funny thing about Liberia? Only in Liberia, you see minister for information, deputy minister for operation, deputy minister for administration, assistant minister for operation, assistant minister for administration.
I know.
Deputy minister for technical affairs, deputy minister for this one, for that one. None of them doing anything. Zero. They are all giving the position just to get money from the country. I'm just
Of
making
budget
this
spending.
information
Yeah.
because just understand. That's how you look at all the ministry in Liberia, all the agencies.
And you're correct,
You will
though.
see one agency with more than 5 or 6 directors.
Damn it. Liberia.
Deputy Director
Assistant
General.
ministers. Assistant ministers, there were 4, 5.
You go to Director General, Deputy Director of Operation, Deputy Director of Administration, Assistant Director of Operation, Assistant Director for Administration, Assistant Minister for S, Y, and Z. I don't want to, I don't want to use byword on the radio because I'm so, Liberian. If you look at the structure of Liberian governance system,
Damn it. Wow.
it's all based on corruption. That's why Liberian needs somebody, a hands-on president, somebody who can just go in there and disrupt all these corruption, entities, corrupt entities, disrupt all of them. The ones that are not useful, destroy it completely and keep the one that you can use. For example, LBS and Liberia Broadcasting, Corporation, Liberia Broadcasting System, and Minister of Information. What is important? What is important of all of them?
Yeah. What technology?
Everybody doing the same thing with all the technology now. They got all the people that employed just to take money. But what they're doing? And beyond that, another person is employed now in Josabaga government at the executive mansion as deputy minister. We got 2 deputy ministers now for press and public affairs in Liberia, in the whole republic. We got deputy minister for press and public affairs at the Ministry of Information. Now we got deputy minister of press and public affairs at the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs. So what is their function? The function is to eat money. For everybody that supported me must get position so they too can be on salary. So let's go back to Indonesia.
Well, like I was saying, because this thing really caught my attention, and even our international partners, mostly the America themselves, sometimes I question some of their transaction when it comes to this thing, right? Because they are seeing the news, they are seeing these GAC reports. So why would you want to provide budgetary support to this institution, even though they are money laundering institution? Because I just exactly what they are. Why would even the U.S. government still be providing logistical and budgetary support? And even the employees that work at those institutions, you sit over there and you're hearing the kind of a figure, and some of you they're making like 200, 250, 125, 175, and you just sit there and you accept it, and you got nurses and teachers and firefighters and policemen and military personnel.
Even the 125, the 200 that we've been talking about,
it can't even come on time, and you sit there and you think it's normal. $56 million in a single year of budget spending. So why are they spending it on? No, it's going directly into their pocket.
So now when the money in Liberia, I can teach you that joke.
Yeah, get a monopoly.
I can make things say this can be happening.
It can be happening, but that's the truth.
They can't talk about thousands. They can't talk about hundreds. They're talking about millions.
Talk about millions. Damn.
I don't know what's going to happen in our country.
Yeah, it really sickening.
One of the poorest countries in the world, in Africa, sitting at spot number 8 is Liberia, but we have millions of dollars, thousands of dollars every time. People like let me just chip in quickly, maybe before we go to the line. Like you people been talking for a while with all of the issues. And let me be frank, joking today with all of the training issues about salary disparities and especially coming from the LTA and so forth. Although I also say this is not only LTA, also the RPLC, also the National Port Authority. These are kind of a huge sum of money that these guys or these people put together to make themselves rich. What sense does it make? Like, for example, You have one person who is making close to 10,000 USD per month, and that may have a security officer who is a civil servant, or for example, or maybe a police officer, or maybe immigration officer who makes 200 or maybe 150. So calculate that 10,000 that or maybe director is making per month, and that 150 or that 175 or that 200 that officer is making per month. How long that officer going to work before even reaching close to $1,000 to even get something, or for him to even develop himself? I mean, we look. No wonder why this country is poor like this. There's nothing happening, nothing going on, because few of people just decide to get rich. And that's the thing, like you guys were saying, or Regina Monk, you guys are right, 100%. That's the kind of country we live in, where those people who are in charge or who are in power, they get rich at the detriment of the people. They put the money there for themselves. And at the end of the day, the poor people who are voters, they are the real victims. You know, they vote, and at the end of the day, the people get rich. So for me, it is frustrating. But now what can we do? Like you were calling, or you were suggesting that indeed we have maybe a trusteeship, or we have maybe people to come and take over. Because mind you, if we continue like this for the next 10, 15, 20 years,
nothing will change. It won't get worse.
Nothing good. Good. Because now the talk here now is we mean it there. Now that's the excuse now the other government officials they are giving. Oh yeah, we made it there. Are you kidding me? So who make the laws? That's my question always to people. Who make the laws? Are the laws not been made by human beings, or are the laws not been made by Liberians? Why will you treat your own people in a form and manner? Again, that's a country. So yeah.
And the very same people who are the victims will be the one calling you to defend this kind of action. We're talking about in a single year. In the last year of a president or George Manuel administration under the NSA alone, you're talking about 56 million within 12 months for doing what? Almost like you're to go just from one entity. I'm not talking about across all segments of the government, just that one institution. Like I said, it cannot be about intelligence. It's just an institution that is being used as a money laundering entity to fund the president and his cronies, to give them like their retirement package and to set them off for life, because that's how we term it. Because I don't know what kind of operation they conduct at the NSA in terms of security or intelligence that will require this amount of resources just at the NSA. We are talking about in a 12-month period, $56 million in Liberia of all places. Like I said, you know how much $56 million I can do for you, whether it's infrastructure, whether you're putting that money into roads. Let's just say agriculture, because agriculture is something everybody will benefit from. If you can increase the food production, then you talk about food security, and people can afford, you can bring down the price of staple. You are talking about 56 million in 12 months. We are accountability. And I think we're talking about I think Mr. Kanye went out to talk about the Indonesia situation for going to the land, right?
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing about Indonesia, you know, Indonesia is a fascinating country. When I've been following the whole stuff, is day 2 tomorrow ends. Before, I don't know if our people are already in China, but they won't give an update. But SKT will keep giving an update. One thing I want our people to know that Indonesia is a very significant country. They're part of the G20. You know, we are 195 countries on the planet, and they got a top. They won with a big economy. They call it G8, now the G7 because of sanctions against Russia. So you're talking about America, Germany, France, Japan, Italy. These are the G7, the powerful country when it comes to the big economy, the major players on the chessboard that can call the shot. Then after that, you got other countries like maybe like Mexico, I would say South Africa, Saudi Arabia, Australia. These are what I call the G20. And Indonesia is part of that G20, the 20 largest economy on the planet. They are a country of 240 million people, almost the same size in terms of number when it comes to Nigeria. So they are a powerful country as well. And the two countries that I keep mentioning every time when they call this African summit, that come home and take home the entire bag, because I don't think they can take some, because of the 3.5 million, they got something that was created. Yeah, $3.5 billion. Rwanda and somehow Ghana always top in the list. Most especially sometimes Ethiopia will come in. You will talk about Botswana and few countries. But when you look at the take home, they want to call Papa coming home. The people, I don't see our country name there, and I know they will not say it because I believe there is nothing that they have taken so far from what we understand or we know. Because let me just give some of the rundown. Just Rwanda alone, right? Rwanda came up with something they call the Rwanda Indonesia French. They call it RIFA, RIFA. And they talk about security, they talk about infrastructure, they talk about the economy. Then some of the memorandum that was struck between these two countries talk about international cooperation. They will get 30-day or how they call it, or visa free back and forth between these two countries. They will be using Rwanda now as the hub for East Africa. Right now, the Indonesian embassy is in Dar es Salaam, which is Tanzania. But yesterday, agreement will force the Indonesian government to take the embassy from Dar es Salaam and carry it to Kigali, which will be the hub. That is, if Indonesia wants to go and do business in East Africa, whether it's with Tanzania, Rwanda, or in other countries within that region, they will be using Rwanda now as the main hub. And after that, they got security cooperation and political consultation, wherein they will be giving their police tools and equipments and financial. They will be giving the financial muscle to fight international or they call it a transcontinental or transnational crime organization, wherein they will be exchanging, where the Indonesian police will be giving logistical support, training, you name that. And for Ghana went to that conference with one thing in mind. They talk about the biotech industry when it comes to pharmaceutical, so that their hospitals can get further training to enhance their health care system and the health protocol in Ghana. So Ghana went there purposely to kind of strengthen their health sector. They will be doing exchange when it comes to medication, when it comes to medical professional and staff and medical equipment, the whole biotech industry. So Ghana will be benefiting from that. And they will be doing something called student exchange when we talk about STEM. And when we talk about STEM, we know our people know that math, technology, mathematics, engineering. So Indonesia and Rwanda will be doing student exchange. Students from Rwanda will go to Indonesia for advanced study and training, and people from Indonesia will be coming to Kigali or Rwanda as well. And there was so many things, political consultation. They talk about a bilateral agreement, and they will be increasing their economic output by 32% since the pandemic within 1 quarter beginning 2025. So if you are going to sign all the memorandum of understanding and you put $3.5 billion on the table for the entire Africa, even though they say the entire Africa, but that's a lot. There are only a few countries that will be benefiting again, like SKTV told you, from South Korea, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Ghana and Rwanda are the major players that will take maybe 50 to 60% of that 3.5 billion for this African Rwanda summit. And Rwanda will be the major recipient. Next to them will be Ghana, like I just said. When it comes to security, agriculture, mining, technology, or student exchange visa, when we talk about travel, I mean, like the package for Rwanda is so great, I don't even know how to describe it. And like I said, it will be taking a huge portion of that.
Before you conclude,
yeah.
Before we go to Liberia to take calls, how can you call all the country they need? Country. We carry 50 people. We carry 50 people there, 50 men delegation to Indonesia. So how much Liberia getting? How much are we taking home?
From the lineup?
Some of the Google things that we're taking home, like the way you mentioned about, Rwanda and Ghana and all the good, good stuff. What are we taking?
When you go to the international conference, they are very transparent. For every time they have a forum, they give you an update, they give a list of things, memorandum of understanding. Their information minister will come out, their foreign minister will come out and give update. Up to now, from the list we have seen, I haven't seen anything there for Liberia, just like in South Korea. So it means it will be the same business as usual, where when the official conference comes to an end, then they will go on the sideline to see people who attended to try to strike some kind of bilateral agreement or memorandum of understanding or talk to business people. But the main conference up to now, I haven't seen anything about Liberia on the agenda in terms of reward or memorandum of understanding for business, for investment.
We are just as a matter. There you go.
But Mr. Kanye, I always tell our listeners on the show, when you go to these international conferences, this country will make they will make contact with your country. They will make the agreement. They will get into partnership behind the scene. When you come to these conferences, offer photo ops. That's just why it is. and officially tell the world that we have this contract in place. But the main negotiation and groundwork can be done behind the scene, even before the conferences are held. So when you come to the conferences, it's just like telling the world that, oh, Rwanda and Indonesia got friendship, but the main deal already been done behind the scene. They mean
Yeah,
just
one of the rescue defenders just said something that yeah, Labrador can say, and you say Indonesia and Rwanda will be listening to each other, and the old visa free thing, all the thing, the good things talk about. Somebody just said Labrador can say they want to do it to Ghana and Rwanda. But the way I don't go to the conference in Ghana or Rwanda,
yeah. Why you go with to Rwanda? I mean,
Why you go
or
all the way
Indonesia.
But anyway, Mon, thank you so much for that update. Sometimes we can laugh, about some of these things, but they are not, laughing matter. They are very serious. Liberia is our country. We want the best for our country. But those, we can all have good ideas, good plan, good innovative ideas, but not all of us, have the power, or the authority or the means to effectuate any change or changes in the country. Few of us are entrusted with the power to act on our behalf. But if their focus is on what goes to their pocket, not what go to the people that elected them, that entrusted them, then it becomes a problem. For me personally, I'm praying for Liberia, and I don't know when things will change for us, but the trend we have right now, we are going backward. Everything is politicized. Right now, all the information that you just provided, others will take it as an attack on Joseph Boakai, as if to say you don't want to the people of Indonesia not to mention them, as if to say you don't want paying for Labrador to not be mentioned, to not be part of
Yeah.
that are benefiting largely from this process. Some people are going to make it now as they're going to use it as a political reason now to attack CDC, to attack commies, to attack other opposition for Joseph Boakai not getting anything in Liberia, in Indonesia. Unfortunately, that kind of country we have. Until we can actually graduate from those kinds of mindset, to say when something is happening in our country, we should collectively look at it from the broader spectrum to say, what, let's look at this holistically. Others are getting X, Y, and Z. What are they getting? People that if they put at the loan, they can be the one to actually mouthpiece for the government. They don't come in, no country go to any conference kind of bear money full of money to their country, MOU and blah blah blah, blah. He will come and spew lies and confusion because he feels that people don't know anything. He will turn around and say, but because you're here empty, anything I say, you got to believe it. You're not believing it, then you're stupid. That's the kind of country we have. But let's open the line, in Liberia. Let's hear from our people. I think we have provided enough information. So let's hear from them. I want to know what is in it for Liberia.
All right, so the number to call, sorry, our usual number will not be active. So we'll use 0778 339682. That's the number to call again, 0778 339682. The studio phone, our number having some technical issue. So let's use line 2, 0778 339682. Please just go straight to the point for a confrontation. Hello. Yeah, go ahead, Chief.
People who stay there all the time, why he getting to you? Every day is talking.
Hello, to this caller.
Hey, go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, I would like to say hi to people and the other part. You want to say, don't be parents who are angry when you try to provide information. Some of them, when you see someone else say you feel sick and you feel sorry for them. I don't know that spare the press on there. You study people for President Water and all of people. You even get food into your boss. People enjoy it and say you hear you get it better.
I want your call because you feel like maybe you got more than 5 minutes on your phone, so you want to misbehave. Quiet.
Yeah, so it's just for us to research as a young people. If you think what Sekou and other people on the platform it is like, we are going to research and come out, we are going to find it simple. But people will not take no time to do research. They come to letting all the people get it better. No, my brother, you get best here, and you say what Joe says here, you will get best says.
Somebody taking 8,000, 10,000 home. Why you don't even get job? Yeah. You don't even get shipping job. You there, you are insulting people. Thank you, my brother. So Emmanuel Sano, Emmanuel, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Thank you for the recognition. Emmanuel Sano is my neighbor to script 2 Peter and Neil. Yeah, my attention has been to the salary where our rescue fuel is taking. I hear the telephone man or talking to them, okay, everything they can meet the money there, so it had to reduce their salary. So now the rescue team they talk about they come to rescue our country, then look at maritime, look at PRC, look at all of the NPT, National Port Authority. But the thing is, they say you're looking at that job we have done. So what are they changing? So it's funny regarding that. We have to come back.
All right, thank you. To this caller, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Malcolm.
Yeah, go ahead, Chief. Your name and from where you just?
I'm Sensei Goli calling from my family. Maybe one of the problems have done ourselves. Until we can change that mentality, we get good people that come in the race, we will criticize them. We take people that are very working on the same million, and American will know where these are the people we choose to be our leaders. Like that, for example, you look at Mr. Cumming with a character, and then you look at you condemn me, you get on social media condemn me because they don't want the system to change. Because when they say, even if you support me tomorrow, you can be qualified before you work. And so they don't want the system to change. So we're not looking at people. We tell the same people that continue to generate $1 billion in their pocket, and then we demonstrate what people want. Still, when they want pocket, then we go on the street. And we cannot go on the street for our money to say, oh, it's for cheating us, it's stealing from our one.
So at that age and time, people are still drinking in Ghana. People are still drinking more Ali water because water is swear than more Ali water.
From Johnsonville, this is smart fella going Louisiana. Go check the road condition there. Motor rally at that rate. Same 100+ years.
Thank you.
We're telling motor rally people.
Let's keep defending them. Let's keep defending. That's the best thing for us to do. And we defend her. Hello?
Never could even to other panelists.
Yeah, man, brother. Go ahead and name and from where you join us.
Amos Peter coming from the Peterborough Road. It just sounded so laughable to hear but Sekou Kane, Steve, I mean.
No, Steve not here, Chief. Steve not here.
Yeah, Sekou, SK, come there. To say that you don't feel that what you see people believing, then they are, excuse me, you use the word stupid. So the same thing that he always say that.
He said who? He said Dino? Hello? He said who?
He just said that the law see that what you say supposed to believe or don't believe in, then they say he's stupid, the person is stupid. So
go ahead. Maybe he will respond to that. I don't know why he said that, but go ahead.
Yeah. So that's something that he can be telling me. You people are saying the truth. Who believe in you people that mean we are stupid. So why should you accuse the non to us being saying stupid, you don't believe in? It's the same thing. You say you say other things is the right thing, you say the correct thing. And when we don't believe in people, you insult us. So you see, life is kind of funny way, individual wise. Everybody get their own thing. We're all sorry for Mama Liberia. When they let 100 people to benefit, when we come on the side, then it's good. On the next side, it's bad. So let's pray for Mama Liberia.
So, all right, Chief, thank you. All right, thank you. So they will respond, or Sekou will respond to that. To this caller, good evening. The country. Yeah, I want to play TV, man. That automatically make it come. Hello, go ahead. All right, go ahead, Chief. Mm. All right, thank you, Chief. All right, thank you. Now your own. They want to pay your job. Say your own to the one in your mind. Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, Chief, go ahead.
Let me say good evening to my brother Sekou.
Mm.
In the diaspora. Maybe this is David King. You see, maybe I don't see the change. And Sekou just said it right. There is one thing that we be careful.
Mama, I can play TV to go. That's what I mean. Just telling you now so you can know.
See that?
Go ahead. I said, can we play TV to go? I'm tired now. I have to go too.
Oh, okay. Is it maybe nothing will be careful with the guy? One young man sat in a place because he said he was hungry. And so there are many things that happen today in our country, and Mr. Baka and his children, while they are enjoying the Liberian prosperity. These people, instead of rescuing the Liberian people, they kill to rescue themselves. I listened to Patrick Honor today, arrogantly speaking to Akara's Bay, only because something that was said by Stanton Waterspoon. And Akara Bay tried to make a point on July show today. He asked this
Wow, your line is bad up. Today's caller, good evening. Sorry, the chief who came here, like maybe the network. Because when you talk about it, people are be careful. The people that they want to complete control of telecommunication. Hello, go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, neighbor.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you so much for the show. And let me say thank to your panelists. This is Samuel D. Kegwa from Broadway, this is Sunday. Let me say good evening to Excellency President Boakai. Let's address the question, right? What do we expect from the government for what they are going for? Look, let me say this. The government will succeed. Don't expect that they will be in black plaza, they bring in the scene, they will be coming. But all I can say to you, put me on a record, on a joke, but like will succeed. People want to cry, baby, talking about we don't get food to eat. We're supporting government or defending the government. Let me say this, right? Let me say that is spy and the chorus to criticize the result of Central Bank and ended the government across the point for the last 6 years. And they get a spot and they call it to tell people why they are supporting Joe Biden. We are supporting Joe Biden because we feel and think Joe Biden will do well. If you see across Liberia for the last 7 to 8 months, there have been so many programs made by the government, and it will not stop there. Joe Biden will succeed. I don't care what people do in the country. We will not censor anybody for their opinion. Everybody will meet peaceful. We will not, put any radio station down. We will not chase anybody. But everybody will live and see the success of Joe Biden in the country. That all we can say to anybody.
Thank you so much. And the country for every one of us, nobody going to chase anybody out because Liberia belong to all Liberians. Nobody going to put fear. Nobody going to intimidate anybody. So let's call a good evening.
Good evening, neighbor.
Yes, sorry, Charles Cooper. How you doing, boss?
I'm Charles Cooper, like you said, I come from Coffee Duboro. Let me say thank you to Steve and Sekou. I think Sekou, they are doing well for our country like Neighbor, even though I'm not calling often.
And you are a teacher at the school open today?
I follow the show every time, yeah. Well, neighbor, let me speak. I will come. I think I will have a platform to speak on educational issue in Liberia. Maybe one day you could invite me to speak on educational issue. But neighbor, in this kind of economy where people working in the very government cannot even make up to the minimum wage bill, and then you have certain group of people who make up to 7,000, 10,000, 15,000. When you have people they cannot even earn 150, the minimum wage bill in the same government, then I think the disparity is too huge. And maybe, look at the relative cost of living now. Nobody working government should really make less than 350, 300 US dollars. But you have people working in the governmental sector cannot even live up to the minimum wage, which is a violation of their labor rights. And then you have other people who even have the same maybe educational qualification as those people who are not making up to the minimum wage. Some people have BSc, some people have master, and some of these same educational qualification, some of them they are making 15, 10,000 in the kind of economic labor. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, my man.
The government needs to look at the pay system of the governmental structure. Your labor is so far. It's so far that you are in government, your labor rights are being violated, but then nobody cares. And all of us enjoying the government and they were born to enjoy government.
All right, thank you. These people who are enjoying the government, Charles Cooper, they are political people. You don't want to do politics, so how you enjoy government? Me and you, hello, so let's call up.
Hello, caller.
Hello, you are the caller. Who are your name and from where, Charles?
Yeah. I'm sorry, man. Look, Jeremy, I want to say something, but maybe you're going to give me a little chance more. I beg you. My name Harrison Gofa. All the things we got here, that's also making more sense. Even the education ministry, agricultural ministry, everything is flat. But the only thing that can make it continue to be straight. The overthrow and get it is 105 people before all of that.
No, we're not here for that. So let's call up. Good evening. What kind of BT talking to? Hello? Hello, caller? Okay, keep a calls coming. We'll take a few more calls, then we'll cross over so that the team can respond good before we take leave on the team. Because coming up at 8 o'clock, we're going to join our news team. So 0778 3396 maybe 2-3 calls, then we'll cross over to the team. Hello?
Hello, neighbor.
Yeah, but go ahead, your name and from where you join us.
Well, my name is Martin Tubai at Tony Plantation Street, besides the Puebla Road. Okay, let me first of all say thank you for allowing us to talk on your platform. As it related to the issue on a discussion, I think what is unfolding when it comes to getting some level of feedback from the various visitation that our president is making. I think we just have to be patient and wait on the outcome of those various visitation. Because you will bear me witness that there is no diplomatic mission that anyone can go on and just take money and put in black lives to bring it along with them. I think what is unfolding is that it's a stage where they are setting the platform that tomorrow all Liberians will benefit from it. All we have to do is just wish that we have a very good accountability process to be put into place. But to stay on the radio and always...
So Liberia sitting as spot number 8 as the poorest country and one of the poorest countries in Africa. Why are you still waiting for?
Yeah, but you said Liberia is being placed as spot number 8 as one of the poorest countries. You and myself cannot put our idea together to making Liberia to be a better place to at least to go from spot number 8 to be to the one of the best.
Well, some people are making 10,000, 15,000, and you myself making $100. Man, don't come my head. I beg you. Well, I mean, I get pension for them. Hello, to this caller. Yeah, my brother, go ahead.
Unfortunate to see the tiny rescuer trying to defend something that going against. You cannot barely see yourself. You're not even surviving well. And you see somebody taking a whooping sum of $15,000 in a kind of struggling economy. And you want to defend that. But why are you defending?
And we'll let begging maybe won't be begging the people throughout.
So the people could take around the food fences and waiting for them to get up from bed 12 o'clock and come and get them $20. You think that's the way to live? You think it's so good for them? What kinds of people got a head buried in the sand and they can't understand the current day reality?
All right, thank you so much. They call up our last caller so that the team can read it or maybe respond good before we leave. Hello? Yeah, go ahead quickly. You are last caller.
Thanks for the privilege. Let me say a pleasant good evening to the panelists. I joined the discussion from District 4, and this is the voice of Akwe Ebo Senior. Maybe I must have everybody and all of the callers who have called in to give their views on the different issues, as it relates to the unfoldings in our country. But this issue of the president's travel to Indonesia, maybe what I can say to you is that I'm of the strongest conviction that no diplomatic travel is wasted. No, not at all. Like somebody said, you don't expect the president to travel and come back to the country with money bag or money in plastic. But what I can say is that we have been listening to the radio, and I didn't follow your news recently, that the president's travel is very essential, and I believe I'm of the strongest conviction that the travel of this president to Indonesia will build the diplomatic stand. Let us not forget that in recent years, Liberia has lost relevance.
So be beta on a hunger.
Come again?
Will be beta on a hunger.
No, not that, Mabon. What I strongly believe is that we elected this president. This president came to the mantra of changing the narrative in this country. So all I can say to Liberians is that let's give this president a chance. Let's give him time to fix all of those sectors that we know that have been damaged in the last 6 years.
All right, thank you so much. Let's give the president a chance. Let's give him time while his officials are taking home 10,000, 15,000, 7,000, 8,000. Well, that's the view. Thank you so much. Mr. Monk and Sekou will be back after.
I heard their responses, and that's like brought there for you. They still hoping, and we keep saying on SKTV, hope is not a strategy. When you go to these conferences or the business gathering, look, there are people who are going to this business gathering to take. You are going there with hope and to sell. That's two different things. The people can invite leaders from all over the world. They will say, oh, there's Asian summit, there's African summit, but equally so, when money is on the table, there are countries who are just going there to go and take. Matter of fact, like I said, these D are already done behind the scene. They are close up already. The conferences or the summit, they are just for the photo op, and just that they're trying to officiate or regularize the deal that was done behind the scene. And in the case of Liberia, you check on the list. And not Africa, my brother, when you go to this meeting, the people get a time of the day, the topic that will be discussed, the speeches that will be given, they get a list. And the way they get a starting lineup on every day of this summit meeting, they are posted online in their country for you to go and see. And we will always give the people here the right information. You can choose to accept it, you can choose to refuse it, but we know that SKTV, the vast majority, upward of 95 or 98% of information will give you, most especially when it comes to the international trip. They are true, they are authentic, and you can go and validate them yourself if you want to do research. But we just want to make it easier for you. That's why we bring this information and give it to you as it is, because the government, they will come and lie and put a spin on it. And that's why we want the color try to display when he mentioned Sekou insulting people and making a kid with Dylan. No, that's not what Sekou said. Sekou said Dylan believed that you dumb, so he will come and put a spin on it, because he know most of you guys will not go do research. You will accept whether will come and lie onto it. The executive mansion will come and put information on their website. But the reality is, from a memorandum of understanding and a beneficiary aspect, you ain't getting nothing as far as I'm concerned, as far as Indonesia is concerned. The country who are benefiting, who taking the back home, we name them, we're telling you what they are taking home. Liberia cannot make the same case. I bet you now, if you were to call Dylan personal number and ask him, over the past 48 hours, gave me something like bro benefited from, he won't name me one, because that's the truth. Nothing was there for us. We are hoping to strike some partnership, to strike some deal with business people, but holistically, nothing is on the table for us yet, and we're not coming with anything for now. So you can, if you are from the rescue mission, or you think this is political, or you think SKTV have to play politics, that's a lie. We are just giving you, we're just giving it to you raw and uncut. We are just giving you the harsh reality. So I will stop there for now.
Thank you so much, Monk. And again, let me say this. I do have a caller here, but just quickly to respond to some of the callers there in Liberia. As always, I'm amused by your energy, to come on every day to listen to SKTV and to participate. But let's get this straight. The fact that you are now moved, you are now outraged by the level of corruption that we just talked about, the one in the NSA and other agencies in government. The fact that you are now moved, you are now outraged by the wasteful spending of the government under Joseph Nima Boakai. We only focus on SKTV simply because we are speaking truth to power. Your only motive, your only mission is to come and attack SKTV, to dilute the conversation. That says a lot about you. It says a lot about your mindset. It says a lot about the mentality you have. So I'm not going to actually waste my time in responding to you guys individually. What I'm telling you, focus on the bigger picture. When you come here, you got the information, you got the news, take some time, reflect your mind. Have some sober reflection so you can think about real things. Information will provide to you here pro bono. Go and, refresh your brain. Go think about them. Get SKTV off of your mind. Get the partisanship thing off of your mind and focus on what is good for Liberia. I think you will still reason. You will reason out. You will understand exactly what we are saying here. It's not for us. It's not based on any hate for Joseph Boakai, but for the better and good of our country. So let's go to the line to talk to Mr. Maulo. Mr. Maulo, how you doing?
How you doing, Sekou and Mark and Bobo? How you all doing today?
We're doing good.
Listen, Sekou, let me deal with Mark. Mark, the NSA is a very complex organization, although ours is not as functional as it should be nowadays. But they do a lot of things. They do work for other countries. They do operations for other countries, and for where we are locationally, geographically, there are a lot of information that's in the region. There are other countries without naming them, my name, that our people have. So they go through the NSA. That's the kind of work they do because they're not actionable, right? And we don't have the military to be actionable even if we wanted to. So people use us for information. But what happened is that they give us money so that we can help them with this information. So that other money that they're using on budget spending is purely for skills.
Mm-hmm.
If they use 50 million, 35 of that million I can almost guarantee one to the president and the rest of the people divided the rest. So there is no operation that they do. Now, when you see them changing employees in the NSA, you will notice that they're smaller guys. Because they got some of them working in ministries as drivers, as messengers, as screeners. They are those things in the day. In the night, there's something else. Those are the kind of operation they carry. Now, every other security organization works for and through the NSA. Even the DEA, before they get information, NSA get it.
Hold the line, right? Hold the line.
So all of these operations go on under the NSA, but that extra money they're getting is only for corruption purposes.
Mr. Maulo, thank you.
Let me address this Indonesia issue.
Okay.
As far as this Indonesia issue goes, these people go there to waste time. This thing is about collecting finance. Complete waste of time because these things should be negotiated by the diplomatic representative of Liberia in those areas before the team even reach. They should know what they're getting. For the foolishness that they don't care and start on the air to tell people we're not bringing money in back. Have you ever seen any government bring money in back?
Yeah.
Any government who brought in the most, they saw everybody with that on their back. That's insult to you, and I hear his students repeating it.
Yeah.
That's insult to your intelligence. A fool, dumb fool like that come and tell you nonsense, and you take it and repeat it. You need to stop and start thinking. Nobody expects the government to bring money in our bag. But somebody expect, like the others were announced, somebody expect us to get some announcement that our country was able to acquire this and that. You can just go all around the place begging, spending hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars, and come back with nothing. And say, oh, we didn't bring money on our work by you. Buy loan or something and buy that money they still on.
It's okay. Thank you, Mr. Mawolo. Thank you, Mr. Mawolo. The law is skinny back. How much money can fit in our bag? In our bag? With dry legs, he's like making fun of himself. Is a me with a dry leg. I don't know how much money can get in the backpack for Dylan to carry. Abraham, welcome to SKTV. How you doing, sir?
Yeah, brother, good afternoon. Good afternoon, good morning, and of course, Mabel in Liberia. Great show, guys. You know, Sego, of recent, many a time when people talk to me about, oh, you know, can you do this for me? Can you do that for me? I just remind them, I said, but I thought you're supposed to be rescued at this point in time, especially people that stood in the queues, they stepped in the dead waters and everything, and today they're telling me, oh, you know, the school coming open and so forth. I just remind them jokingly, but it's a serious thing. Now, to the point, the reason I'm making this reference is that those that call it from Liberia and continually defending ignorance. I'm sorry, I'm not being provocative or insulting, but that's high level of ignorance. Second, let me tell you this. Let people just go and Google information about Indonesia with regards to the conference there. In June, the foreign minister of Rwanda engaged the foreign minister of Indonesia. He had gone there as the head of delegation. Why is being consummated now? Those discussions were here already, Sekou. Before me, I got information here. 3 things that the guys talk about. It was all geared bilateral cooperations, security, and economic issues, like Monk stated. So going to this conference now, the deal is just to consummate it. That's why the people walk away. Even the visa thing don't talk about. It's true. I read that. The visa-free issues, those are things that have been there long time. But for you to sit there and then go a 50-man delegation without prior engagement or this discussion, they say, oh, it will come later. Rwanda is going home with the bacons already. Because why? They have done the heavy lifting already. So when people come in, oh, let's just keep praying. After you made 50 trips and nothing come home, they will change the country. You're not just going to wave the magic wand and happen. Those things needs to be done through diplomatic channels. And when you meet to this conference now, it's just like you sign it, like you get a closing on your house. Those are the times you have those kind of meetings. But the heavy lifting is done already. In June, the Rwanda foreign minister engaged with Indonesia on all of these things that are coming their way today. You understand, Sekou? But those are the things that people need to continue to be educated and to be reminded that just read a little bit about these things. It will help you to broaden your horizon on issues. You understand? Now, let me just close on this, Sekou. This issue about people still justify things that somebody should be in Liberia making $15,000 cumulatively monthly. Sekou, is ridiculous. That's $180,000 you're talking about per annum. When you look at people, their daily meal, they can't even get a square meal. And somebody can say, oh, it was there before. But by the way, even if it was there, it was introduced by the United Party government 8 years ago. So those kind of justification, people need to really stop it. Because like you're going to do all of it, at the end of the day, you beg people. So they look at you, it's comical. Because even lawmakers, senators, in like for instance, your state, as big as Arizona is, Arizona senior senator made $173,000. That's less than the money that Patrick Hunter is making in Liberia. What sense they really make? And people come sit there and get justification. What was they give me a simple bad? Let me not take all of your time, man. I just decided to to just buttress what Mon was stating with regards to Indonesia trade.
Brother,
Great
thank
show,
you.
guys.
Thank you so much. As always, Abraham, your contribution is very, very important. Thanks to Abraham and Mr. Maulo. So you can keep your calls coming in if you care to say something. In the meantime, we want to appreciate those of you who contributed to our cash app today. The 3 people that did, we want to say thank you. And those of you who asked us about the Zelle number, if you have any more questions, let us know. But if you did send something, we have not seen it. So I want to make sure that you will not send your money to the wrong number. Those that asked about the Zelle number, let me repeat it, is 602 620 0352. 602 620 0352. Those of you who sent us the 3 people that sent us on Mr. Mawul is calling back.
But it's the Zelle number I'm seeing on the screen. I don't know if that's why you're reading it. It says 620-620-0352.
Yeah. No, hold on. 602.
But you got 620-620.
Oh, there's a problem.
Yeah, you got to update it. I get notice it when you're reading the number.
That is a problem. Then we got to fix it. We got to fix that. Yeah, we'll fix that. It's 602 620 0352. Probably that's the reason. I got to check it. Mr. Mangolo, did you call back?
Yeah, I just want to make a correction.
Okay.
This law that people always carry around that the NSC cannot be audited, that's a lie. The NSC can be audited by directive of the president, and the result can only be given to the president. It cannot be published.
Yeah, and even at that, Mr. Mangolo, we always say there's no constitutional banding or constitutional, reason why anything can be audited. Nothing. It's all made up.
It can be audited, it's just that it cannot be published for security reasons.
Yeah.
Secondly, I think the slowness in the given is because of school coming to open. School is coming to open here in America. People spending a lot of money getting their children ready for school and all that kind of stuff. I think that will bring the slow rate of incoming, where people are donating or giving for the show.
That could be one of the reasons.
I think after the something, so I don't think you guys should be discouraged or like people always correcting the people, you should threaten the people.
Yeah.
I don't think they forgot it. It's just because school is coming to open, it's kind of tight, as we all know around here.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. We got you. Thank you so much. 602-620-0352. Yeah, I just updated Monk.
Yeah, maybe that would be a reason.
The person was asking, Eric was asking. Yeah, that could be one of the reasons. So just update it. It's 602-620-0352.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happened. I don't know. You seen update now?
They brain work faster than the hand typing. Sometimes when you typing stuff.
Yeah. Bring it go faster.
Yes.
Yeah. So as always, we want to say thank you to everybody, our friends, followers, and well wishers for continuing to follow SKTV, for always sharing the show, and for sometimes supporting us financially. But your moral support is very important to us as well. Coming here every day, listening to us, sharing the show, calling us, checking us, if you don't hear from us, those things are a big deal for me and from all of us at SKTV. We really, really appreciate you guys. We will not get tired, informing and educating the Liberian people. But every time we come on here, we are giving time, we are giving energy, we are giving our resources to come on here every day. So there are people that want to support, they don't have it. There are people who do always support us. But there are people who don't just want to see us here, despite the sacrifices we are making. Sometimes you get frustrated, sometimes you respond to some of those people in the manner in which they can come. But it doesn't mean we are actually against people from, having a different opinion or opposing view on issues. No. We criticize every day. So criticizing us is not a problem. If you disagree with us on any issue, that's fine. But for people to come and completely ignore the conversation, only to distract us, to insult us, to completely, change the whole conversation, it can be
Yeah.
frustrating time. Hello?
Yeah, is it SKTV?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, SKTV. I want to know how you guys get your support.
In terms of financial support?
Yeah, your financial support. How you guys do it? You do it every day, every week, every month.
Okay. Okay, we have
organize your support when people want to when you are calling for support for your platform, for your station.
Yeah, so that's a very good question. Normally we used to first of all, we're not getting any support from anybody, first of all. So there was the people of this platform, people to support us came and said, you got to be putting your cash up and sell there so we can also help you guys on the show, right? So we used to put it there every day. People used to come here and there, $5, $10. Then the same people came and suggested we shouldn't do it every day. Let's do Friday. At least on every Friday, whoever get anything they get, they send it to SKTV. So it doesn't have to be one person doing every Friday. At least some people can give this Friday and other Friday because people get, pay different time. So basically, it's on a Friday. Whatever you get, you send it to, unless we have a special project or special issue to raise fund on, but we don't talk about raising fund only on Friday. Beyond that, there are people too who subscribe to be stakeholders of SKTV that have a special chat room that they commit to paying certain amount to help us. We have more people registered than we have people contributing. However, whatever the case is, we appreciate everybody for the support they give us. So you can choose to be a stakeholder where they give, subscription to a certain amount on a monthly basis. But there are people that they can do that on a monthly basis, but when we come here on Friday, they will not hesitate to give $10, $20, and $15 here and there. So basically, the contribution is on Friday. Every Friday you come here, whatever you get, you give it to SKTV to help us on our weekly and monthly operation costs.
Oh, okay. So any hello?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Yeah, so you have membership subscription, right?
Yeah, we do have that. It's called stakeholdership. People who we call it stakeholders of SKTV, and you can commit any amount you want to commit, but they do their contribution on a monthly basis. But those who are not subscribed to anything, it's open to you, everybody, even those who are subscribed to. But if on a Friday if you get extra change to give it to us, that's fine. We take it. Anything you give us, nothing is big and nothing is small for us. Whatever you give us, we appreciate it.
So Friday is a contribution day.
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes.
Okay. Now, the reason why I'm asking you the question is that, like the other radio station in the US, they call NPR.
NPR.
They always raise funds from their listeners. They can raise funds from their listeners. I think they do that either every month.
Yeah, they do it at the end of the month. They can have matching funds. Like, say, for example, they will have $10,000 down, and they will say, if anybody give, $100 or maybe $20, they will match it. Yeah, they do that. I listen to them. I listen to them every day. Yeah.
So I want you to institute similar thing like that, where someone will apply for $1,000 and say anybody who with certain amount will double it, just like that, because the information you are disseminating is of very importance to most Liberians at home and overseas. So the NPR style, you need to gravitate to that NPR style, like for that Friday issue where everybody people can be calling and make donation, and so there will be other people who say, okay, if we raise this amount, then I will double it, something like that.
Yeah, but who is that someone? That's the thing. Other than that, yeah, you're right 100%.
That's why I was just about to ask, because the NPR star, don't forget, they got rich people in America that can get look at and get $100,000. So we don't have that. I will make it very easy for our listeners. Come here every time on a Friday. Let's do $20. I'll leave 30 people just for operational costs for SKTV to get the show on the radio. And when we can make it on Friday, then we extend it to the weekend. But at least in a week, if just 30 or 35 people or 40 people can get just $20, then you can maintain SKTV. But when you're talking about big money now, then it becomes problem though, because who will get it?
Yeah, that one person who can get it when they for $1,000. We'll be looking for that person. We don't get that person here for.
They continue that Friday contribution, but if maybe somebody out of the blue can say, hey, if I can raise $500 today, I will double it. Maybe somebody will come out of the blue, but I want to urge you guys to continue that Friday.
Definitely. We'll do that. Definitely. Thank you so much.
So that's a great idea. But we ain't there yet.
I'm surprised for a challenge to come and somebody will say, hey, if you can raise $200, I will double it. You don't be surprised for the type of challenge, from that it can grow up.
Yeah, that's true. So what's your name again, sir?
I'm Bill Nangwe.
Bill, thank you so much. We really appreciate the suggestion.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, then. Thank you, guys.
Mm-hmm. So we'll take this call.
Yeah, we ain't graduate to that level yet. That would be consistent with the $20 per 30 person.
You never know. The message we should come what we're doing. Maybe,
Yeah, that's another way. Mm-hmm.
They can challenge us. If
you do this, we will do that. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there will be people that will do that in turn.
Yeah, so let's take this call. Yeah, 313, I think, from Detroit. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. You're live on SKTV.
Hello, this is Ruth speaking.
Ruth Robert Pemba.
Yes, Ruth Robert Pemba.
Yeah, happy to hear from you. But I can always be checking on you guys, to see how you're doing.
Oh yeah, you should.
Hi, is everything good?
Thanks for always checking. Yes.
All right, go ahead. Yeah, of course.
Thank God for life. It's heartbreaking, but not really strange to some of us. That's why we stood our ground. Even up to today, I'm happy that I supported the men that I supported, because I definitely knew that what we were trying to imply or let the people know was exactly what was going to happen if they win. Because the woman, he didn't pretend, he didn't lie to us. He told us the squander for 12 years. He was part of the squandering. He didn't lie to us, he told us the truth. He told us, even during the campaign, he would rather dance with the devil until he wins. We listened to all of that. He was not speaking from somewhere else. He spoke from Liberia. He spoke with Liberians. And our heroes told the people that they should go for him because that was his time. And people decided to go. People were educated. People were talked to. People got support one way or the other from people in order to let them vote for deliverables. But instead of that, they decided to vote for him. Where is Genoa that always used to call you? Where is Genoa with everything that is going on right now? Just last week, 4 young ladies died from maternal complication. They went to give birth, and all of the 4 young women that died, they all died in the hospital. In the military hospital, how you call it, the military 12 hospital or 14 hospital, 2 died there. 2 died in JFK. How will you stop the deliverance from the community when our women even going to the hospital and dying there? The one that died yesterday, she died with her babies because of something they call pre-eclampsia. Her blood pressure was high, and the only remedy for that is to take the babies out by way of doing a C-section. They wasted time with her from here to there. They refer her to our biggest referral hospital in JFK. She died.
Oh.
She and her babies died there yesterday. Just today, just as we speak, there's another 19-year-old girl that just died at Dancing Hospital. All these deaths are happening in the hospital. Nobody doing anything about it. Not even your audit is done to prevent other women from dying. So what do we expect? It's so heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking that sometimes even the media come out to give the number of deaths. Just when we're in the hospital, they don't even want to identify the hospital. And then they will come up with a raw data. At the end of the day, they make it clean in their face want to get the donors to giving support. And they will lie to us and they say the maternal death was just 400, 200. And what about we know it's not? If those ones that are happening in the hospital, what's about the community? What you expect at the community level, what is happening there? Should we perish before we wake up? Should we perish just because of the love of individual? We see our people dying every day. The same thing you spoke against. It's the same thing that you guys are all involved into. And we should just sit and watch here. We agree to everything. Martin Cody of all points. There's a woman who there's a serious session for grandchildren. They said that the woman had triplets. They took out 2 of the babies, they left 1. Mr. Weeks got that video out. I sent that video to Martin Collins. Today he's almost like insulting me on his page because I told him, if you don't want to talk about it, can you please provide me a space for your newsletter so I can pay for the space so we can identify what facility did that so they can be able to track that facility down. What are we expect? Just sit and look and watch our country perish, my people? It's so heartbreaking. It's so heartbreaking. Our women are dying from a preventable death. Prevented moreover in the hospital. This is what I call for. I pray that people will really stand up for that. That's not a protest, but people need to stand up. Is that for us to be collecting $500 and giving it to these people? It will not stop the number of deaths. Our people will not just die. Rest in peace, rest in peace. That is not the solution. When people die at the level of the hospital, they should be able to give a account and tell us the cause of death so that we can learn from it and prevent other people from dying from it. This is what I got on my mind to go. I don't know if it is an open mic, but that's what
it is an open mic. So you are right. You did the right thing. We appreciate you.
All right. Okay.
Thank you so much, Ruth. So my people, I mean, that's so disheartening, you know.
It's disheartening. And it's not new. There were reports from the international community about that.
Sometimes you hear some of these things, you just want to hear it. And for some reason too, some of these things, when you hear them, you don't want to give up on Liberia. Because it's like giving up is like allowing things to continue to happen. We can only do our best.
I know.
We want to say thank you to all of you for following. I try to update this stuff. I already updated in the system, but probably for this particular video, it's not going to be updated until maybe the next video. We apologize for the inconvenience on the Zelle number. Yeah, but so Monk, before we go, what say you?
Well, I mean, the brother called and just reiterated the point that we made. When you go to the conferences, the modalities are work behind closed door. You only go there to consummate this deal. So the average president, like bro, believe that when the president goes out there to a conference or to a somebody, he's going to look for money. That's a lie. The people who are coming there, only going to take. He's going on a fishing expedition because he doesn't have a plan. Look at the story we gave today. Why make you think a businessman will come and invest in the country where you can look at 56 million and put it in the NSA and spend over the budget and literally steal and think you stealing more than you are going to beg for? What logic does that make? Look at the kind of the kind of audit report that been coming out. 6-year period, 188 million from the central bank, 139 from finance ministry. NSA alone in 12 months, you stealing 56 million. Why would a rational president take that money to come put in that country?
And 285 million from the legislature.
Yeah, from your lawmaker, the people who should be holding the gate, and you want for a businessman to come and invest in that country. Are you serious? And you talk about how the president will succeed. Man, you are wasting your time. Keep hoping. They are making money because Mr. Marlowe said it right. It's only for per diem and stopping. They are not bringing nothing to you. You won't benefit because you are stealing more from yourself than even those business people can give to your country. Look at what I said. Like I said, people are dying. This is not a new report. We saw it before in the media. We saw it in the news that women are dying, giving birth, especially in the rural area. But who cares? You will call here because people can give you chunk change. You will call and you want to attack SKTV when your brothers, when your sisters are dying over there, innocent kids are dying. People can barely afford basic need, and you want to call on this show to attack people who are giving you credible information, because we will never come here to split politics. We will never come here to give you lies. Everything we say here is 100% factual. We will give you proof. If you want link, come to me. We will give you the update and everything. So you got a long way to go playing defense for this criminal enterprise that is in play. Even before, because this report comes from 2023. The previous administration and the current administration, they are one of the same. Matter of fact, I keep telling you, the biggest mistake you ever made was not with Georgia. It was bringing Unity Party back to power, because the rescue mission was never about you. You never got a call. When they said rescue, it was never about you, about themselves, because they never had a plan to rescue anyway. Joseph Boakai is not going to bring investors and jobs to Liberia, because Joseph Boakai have never worked a single day in the private sector. So for you to stay in Liberia and believe by some magical means Joseph Boakai going to transform the economy, my brother, my sister, you are wasting your time. It just will never happen. Joseph Boakai will just get more pay. Matter of fact, why you get the NSA and the EPS there, they can pour millions of dollars there. His children will live the best of life. His cronies will become millionaires like Georgia and Samuel Twe and his cronies. You already seen the report anyway. I don't have to tell you. When the president happened to be the supervisor for the NSA operation, when it comes to money laundering, you know who the vast majority of the money goes to. That the president take home money. They could care less about the salary because they already stealing in the tens of millions. So you who's struggling, you can keep calling every day and keep making things complicated for yourself. What make you think, like I keep asking the show, what make you think, Mr. Cannon, that the people who are benefiting from the system wanted to change anytime soon? No, they want their party to continue into perpetuity because they are getting richer and richer every day. So why would it stop it? Now you who are the victims that's supposed to stop this thing, you cheerleading them. So we in it for a very, very long time. But tomorrow we will go on the port deal. That will be another thing from the information, and we'll have to find a way to re-invite that Ellis Noam, because he said something that was not true on his show. The Front Page Africa is reporting that they consulted him as well. But when he came here, he said there was some, how they call it, said they make some background study, and they were able to come up with a solution from the port management. But we are hearing that he was one of those that were in consultation, because our lawmakers, specifically from Grand Bassa, Maryland, and Sino are the one pushing this deal, because for them they think it's money making. They are going to usher the three port in the name of trying to garner economic activity, which is a lie. It's all about themselves getting rich. And unfortunately, your senators in the article mentions specifically Dara Dillon and Nyomli Kanga, the uncle and the auntie for the rescue train. They are the one pushing this deal because they think they can get way richer than they can imagine when it comes to auctioning your ports under the name of decentralization. It's not decentralization, my people. But SKT will always be here, and tomorrow we'll go deep into the other topic, because it's another scandal between the port authority management and the lawmakers.
It is a pocket centralization.
Yeah. Okay, guys. I see you.
Thank you, Monk. Thank you so much. My people here, thank you. We appreciate your time. We appreciate your call, your support, everything. We'll see you tomorrow. And we love you all. You know that.